Welcome back, welcome back. So I was just thinking to myself real quick, because I'm talking about how nasty the world actually has gotten, because I guess off my last video. And I'm sitting here talking to myself and let myself know, like, yo, bro, you gotta be strong, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing beautiful women, and you're like, oh, man, shit. You know how men normally do. I said to myself, though, like, you ain't never gonna lose that as a man. So I don't even know why women expect us to not have that in us. But the way you go about it is understandable. Don't be a jerk, you know? I get that. Don't be looky, and making it, don't make her feel uncomfortable. How you doing? Sorry, I had to go to the store. But yeah, like, I'm not going to speak for every man, you know, because we're different. And I realize I'm done with comparing myself to other men, period, when it comes to being mature or whatever this shit is. Because when I really think about things, I'm like, none of us are traditional in the way we really were supposed to be. We're not of the race that made fashion up, so none of this shit is ours. And we all dress like our fucking enemy. So y'all all can skip me with that dumb shit. Then none of you speak your original language. And then when the further you go back in time, all of this not doing certain things, and they didn't look at sex the way we look at it. And I understand why. Now that's what leads me to my point. I said, yo, isn't it strange we live in a world now that when you was a kid, women did not look this good. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, it's the truth. Like, when you look at this new generation of younger people, they look better. Their bone structure's better. We looked like fucking mutants back in the 80s and shit. And then our parents before us, them niggas was goblins and monsters. Like, stop playing like your grandfather wasn't ugly as fucking his face and your grandma wasn't you know what I'm saying? Majority, I'm not saying nobody looked good back in the day, but real talk, go look at your family photos right now, dog. Go break out all your family photos and look at their faces. Most people was not attractive, bro. Everybody was regular or they was mutant looking like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say mutant, but, you know, cause I don't like, fuck how y'all feel. Straight up, I don't give a fuck how you feel. If I make you feel offended, oh well, nigga. Anyway, so I'm thinking about that shit, and I'm like, yo, that's why the old niggas had it good, because there wasn't so many bombshell beautiful women, you know what I'm saying? So that meant less men knew they wasn't getting her, which meant only the top % of men would get them. Because no matter how hard a fucking regular guy tries, no matter none of that, as soon as Mr. Moneybags come through and say I could provide a better lifestyle and I could treat you good and I'm not going to do you dirty, average man can't beat that. She has to just purely love you and not want to have better than what you can provide. And if a woman wants to choose to be with someone that's going to provide and love her the same better, what the fuck is wrong with that? I mean, you can call it superficial and all this other shit, but there ain't been a woman in this planet that ever didn't choose a man that was going to actually just love her. Fuck out of here, nigga. That's for little kids. Once you grown, you have to choose someone that loves you and actually can do shit. Because if you can't, your woman's gonna leave you for a nigga that can do shit. Period. So let's skip all this acting like women ain't never been wanting to be with men for things. Let's skip that shit. That's natural. That's real life, dog. And everybody's trying to do the making women and men like they're using the things that we would naturally do and have no choice but to do, and then making it bad. Like, oh, it's bad because, like I said, now people look better. So now you could be average with a gorgeous wife. You could be midway with a, you know. But they changed the brains of all the women, and now all the women that look hot, they think they're rare. They think that because they look good, it means anything. No, it doesn't. Why? Because the more of you that look good means the less of you that get actually picked that look good. by the super duper guys. Now, us regular men, we will be more than likely happy to take you on, but the looking good thing comes with you having multiple partners now. So you X yourselves out of the rich guys, and then when you eventually want to come back to down here, we have to deal with all your bullshit. Not saying we ain't got bullshit neither or something like that, but y'all know what I mean, bro. When a chick lived her life always off her looks, when she go back to regularville, it's not going to be the same, bro. It's not. Certain things will cause certain problems. Now, that leads me to thinking in my mind, like, damn, man. Like, dudes back in the day, I guess, had a little bit better when it comes to certain things because it was a little bit easier. You know what I mean? And it's because of the options. It's the illusion of options, because even though we live in this future and we believe we have more options, do women really have more options? No, because there's not a bunch of men that make all this money and own all these things. So therefore, no matter how much you want this, it's not real. And it never will be. So it doesn't matter what you want. It matters what's there. Just like men. See, that's the difference between us. We don't want a super smart girl that has everything in the world. We want a girl that look good, treat us right, act right. We can get that, but we can't because you look good, you know how to act right, but because my money ain't long or I ain't got this and that, you ain't gonna act right. You see how the conundrum is there? Thus leading you to believe some Prince Charming's coming. He never does. And then you think you're settling when you're just getting exactly what you would have got all those years back. And the man's not getting what he would have got because you have a body count. And body count don't always matter to every man. But we live in a world now where if you have sex with one person, you can catch diseases. So it's really not so much a body count that every man really worries about. It's when you have no control over it. See, a woman with a large body count, after you get to 3, every man considers you having a large body count. As soon as you fuck after 3 men, it's over. You already have a large body count. We can all pretend like that's not what we're saying, but that's what we're saying. Period. Because you're supposed to not have none. But we live in this world. So, you just can't have sex without one of us tricking you, right? So who do we blame? Oh, yeah, ourselves. So that lets me know, relationship type of deals it's always going to be around, but it's just not going to be the same the way it used to be. And a lot of us have to deal with these problems that are just stupid. If you really think about it, like, I see so many people that actually could fit together, but they ain't going to want to do it because of what society says, their stupid ass dream of they're going to get something else and everything's going to be all this dream shit. Nobody's willing to go back to real life and be like, all right, I got to pick what's there. I have to actually be good to this person. And I'm going to actually have to put in work and shit, And we're going to see where this goes and stuff like regular stuff. Like, it's so crazy that they really use the internet to bring us together to literally divide us. And I just see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. I see it everywhere. Like, and I'm not giving an opinion how to fix things or whatever. I'm just making an observation of the predicament that we're all in. See, I realize when it comes to this YouTube stuff or online stuff, everybody's got an opinion and everybody likes to say you're wrong or you're right. I don't give a shit about being wrong or right. I like pointing out exactly what the problem is because there's always an answer to every problem. And nobody likes to address the problem. They just like to point the fucking fingers and say, these people are the problem. And I say, no, everybody's the problem. And it's because of the way we think and choose to live our lives. And it's not the way it used to be. So that must mean what changed? Because everything seems the same. Oh, everybody's ego is inflated. Everybody thinks there's somebody. When you're just regular. You're just regular. All love, all praise. to the Most High.